everybody, welcome to Mark's Basement Arcade EM and Chat Repair. It's Sunday, so what's up everybody? Today is a new project. Speaking of projects, this one is wrapping up. As you can see, the playfield's all lit up again. And I'm just starting to repopulate all the playfield, the plastic on it and everything. I got all the lights working obviously, and I'm just starting to put on little pieces of it. I got a lot to do. Very busy with work right now, so I don't have much time of anything to do right now. So, but I'm here with you guys. So we have a new project today. Does anybody know what the new project is? I know there's only one person watching, but do you know what it is? Let's get over to the other camera. Right, there's the new project, everybody. I got it hid. And it's hiding really good. We're going to start on that today. First of all, let's see if I can get my camera over. Let me throw this screw over here. I can turn this off. Because it's just going to sit here and blink and flash. So, whoever just joined us, we are starting a new project today. And speaking of projects, there's a straight flush. I did get that fully working right after we went off air yesterday. Well, not yesterday, last week Sunday. I did get it working. As I told you before with EMs, you play with those leaf switches. They do like to fight back with you sometimes, and through the heating and cooling of my basement, some of them unadjusted theirself and wreaked a little havoc on the game. But with some more refined tuning, everything is working perfectly now. The issues we had with the one pop bumper, the switch, did I make a list? I know I made a list. I don't know where I put it. Did I put it over here? I did make a list for it. Oh, right here. Here's the list. It wouldn't eject the ball. Spot card and 5,000 rollover didn't work. The king rollover needed a tiny little adjustment that's on top. The queen rollover just didn't do anything. It just, when you would roll over to switch, the light would just light up. And it was the number 3 joker relay needed a little tweak to it. So after all those little tweaks, the game is up and working 100% now. What I'm doing right now is what I call a heat cycle. On EM games, I like to leave them plugged in and on and just let them run sometimes. By doing this, it's letting the machine heat up, do things, and just go through another cycle. And another thing I like doing with this is a lot of home games, like if you got parties or something and there's little kids around, a lot of kids will hit the button and the game will start and they will freak out and they don't know what to do. And they'll just sit here and hit the flippers, or they will plunge it and then, you know, not know what to do. And it will go through its thing. And then it will kick the ball out and they won't know what to do. So what I like to do is just kind of try to replicate what's going on with the weird stuff that happens. So I'll leave this on until I go to bed tonight, and I'll come down every now and then and play a game or just pop a ball through. Right now we're on ball number 3, so I'll just leave that sit like that for a while and then let the ball go through. So we're on this right now. Anybody want to guess what game this is? I do have the keys right here. I don't know if this place is still in existence, but that's what's on the key. Well, actually, I got 2.5 keys. There's 2 keys, and then this one right here is broken. So I got 2.5 keys for it. But I know it does unlock. Oop, we can't. Oop, that does say something. Oop. So if anybody could quick read that, you would see what this game is. Anybody got a guess? Anybody knows the art, they'll know right away what this is. Williams Spanish Eyes, with a pretty decently mint back glass, which is probably the best thing about this game. Is this back glass is in awesome shape. But enough about this back glass. I actually have to lift it up and get the back glass out, because if any of you know me, I do not work with the back glass in the machine, because you're just asking for trouble with breaking it or damaging it or any weird things. So this glass will be coming out if I can get it out. Man, is that tight. That's the first time that happened to me with that screwdriver. There are a couple screws for the latches on it. There we go. Now we will take this glass out. And the glass will go bye-bye for a while. Okay, let's set it right here for now. Let's actually get the head off so I can fix this, my blanket, so we can work on this thing. Today we're going to be starting on the head, taking the head apart, cleaning it, doing the score reels, and just going over the overall condition of it. I'm trying to get this good and straight for you guys. I can't get this up any higher. That's as high as it goes, I believe. Let's see. I think I can get it up a little higher. I can get it up another inch. There we go. All right. We're up an inch. Now I gotta adjust this camera a little bit. Uh-oh, there we go. Whenever I block the viewfinder is when it gets weird like that. And the cords. There we go. And let's tighten that up. Alright, Spanish Eyes. Get my basket so we can start working on it. we're going to do today, I got my basket right here. We're going to take the score reels apart and get them started to be cleaned. And then we'll see where we go from there. This stepper motor is missing, well, not stepper motor, this stepper assembly is actually missing pieces. So I don't know what I'm doing with that yet. I think I am going to completely remove it and just put a bell in here. The reason why is because this game is going to be on free play the rest of its life due to no coin mechanisms in the machine, and it's going to be a home use game. It's never going to be back in the public where it's going to be needed, so people can win free games. So what I will end up doing, let me get this straight, is take this off and just put a bell in it, a new bell. I think I might have one in here. Yes, I do. So this bell is going to go right where the stepper is. And every time it steps, it actually gives 10 points when it steps. And it advances the match light. And since it's not going to award any free games, it just needs to do its dinging and give a point. So we are just going to remove it, and that'd be it for it, because we have the 10-point relay, the 100-point relay, 1,000-point relay, 100,000-point relay, and a score reel reset relay. So this is just going to be doing dinging, so this bell will go in its place. So let's put this back over there. And let's get to taking the score reels apart. First thing we're going to do is pull this out. I can't remember any details about this game at all. I bought this game, let me even see, I got it on my phone when I bought it. I'm looking on Pinside. I have my collection on there. Spanish Eyes, I bought it January 5th, 2020. So that's how long I've had this game, just sitting around. And let's get this glass securely put somewhere, at least for right now. Grab some tools that we may need and start working. And did I grab my little bin? Yes, I did. And I got my bin here. And I do already have my, what do you call it? My ultrasonic cleaner heating up. So one thing I do want to check, this coil. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, well, you did see it. I want to see if this coil is even good. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. It's a little smoky there. Yeah, that's good. That's good. This one said 8. Okay, now it says 7.5. I must have just not had it perfect. So what I did was I ohm tested those coils, basically because this one's really smoky looking. It could have got stuck on at one time. It might not have. But anyways, so I'd like to put that on there. It's my YouTube channel if anybody wants to subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Oh, I need a little screwdriver too to take apart the wheels. And if anybody tunes in and misses the beginning, this will also go on my YouTube channel. So let's get over here and start taking this apart. First part we're going to do is take this snap ring off. We'll take that off, which is, I keep my finger over because these things fly. And we will give it a little twist. And it usually will pop right off. My problem is it's greasy. There we go. Just a snap ring. And let me put this camera on manual focus. There. We could probably tighten in a little bit. There we go. Alright. Next thing we're doing, we're going to take this washer off. That goes in there. And we will remove these 3 screws. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now this wheel will come right off. Look at that. That thing. I have to get back on focus. That thing is full of grease. Somebody oiled this thing to get it doing its thing. And I can just feel how gummy and like super smooth this action is. And it shouldn't be like that. It's just real gummy. That's going to stick on there. That will go here. Some of the stuff I can clean by hand, and other stuff is going in the ultrasonic cleaner. There's another clip will come off. This oil's not good for the plastics either. It makes it swell. So, which I'm surprised that this stuff wasn't sticking. I'll go in here. I got a little bin. Let's get a towel. My hands are all crappy already. Let me go back on autofocus. I guess we'll just leave it on autofocus. This other clip right here comes off, which is there. That will go in there. Man, this is just nasty. This has to be the nastiest reel I've taken apart. It's sticky too. The reason why it's sticky is that all that old grease. These are all like bent up wrong. That is just nasty. Oh, what are we going to do here? I'm kind of like torn about how to clean this thing. I'm going to take this off though. This is a lot easier to clean if you remove this. I found out over the years you can take this off and just set to the side, and now I can clean this real super easy when I take it apart. Alright. Okay, that's nice. We got a flathead screwdriver. I mean, it's a flathead screw. And we got a round one. I mean, a regular Phillips. So we'll get at this Phillips and get that out. And there's the bell, giving me a point. I'll go in there. Let's get another screwdriver so I don't have to sit around and play around with changing the bit on it. I just kicked the camera. I'm sorry. Oh, wow. That is in there. Good. That will come out like that. And I do have different nuts and bolts for these. So I may replace them. Wow, is that thing long? This can go in an ultrasonic cleaner. That bolt we will throw over there. And now this. We are stuck in there because of this screw. I forgot how they did a neat little thing where they would screw this down to the coil, and then the coil locks it in. And this, oh yes, it's loose. And we got the coil sleeve out. Look at that. Everything is burnt crispy. So that coil has overheated at one time really bad, but it's still good. It ohms out perfect, so there is nothing wrong with it. So you know what that means? That means we can just clean it up and reuse it. And you notice some wires disconnected right here. This goes to this coil, so that is leading me to believe that this coil is smoked. We can test that right away too. Why don't we do that? And just so, let me get this out of the way. Open lead. Just so everybody knows, next week I will not be on. And that coil is good. At least it's saying it's good, so I don't know why it's disconnected. Oh, it's disconnected because it's missing pieces. And before I disconnect this, I'm going to look in the cabinet and see if the rest of the pieces are in there for this. Because I don't know, they might be and they might not be. But I need a bell in here to make this game actually sound correctly. So we'll see. But yeah, next week I will not be on. I am in super mandatory double secret platinum edition overtime. So therefore, I will be offline. And I won't be on. I'm putting money on it that I will not be on due to overtime. Here we're doing the same thing again. We'll take the clip off. That goes in there. That goes in there. So anybody got plans for today? Besides watching me. Dan will be on tonight. Ooh, that's got like a puddle of oil in it. Look at that. It just stuck to it. I know my thing's magnetized, but that had so much oil in it, the screw just stuck right to the tip. And this will come off. Hey Turbo, what's up? We're working on a Spanish eyes today. Look at that. You can see how shiny it is. You can see it right here where my finger is bumping. That's actually a puddle of grease. That is nasty. That is nasty. And I know the person who owned this game. Well, I don't know them. I had talked to them because I tried buying it off them. And they had sold it to another person that I did buy it off of for more money. So a little bit more money, I should say. Yeah, Spanish Eyes is a good game. This one's going to be for sale at MGC. So if anybody wants a Spanish Eyes, this will be for sale. Damn, is that nasty? Look at that. Oh, I gotta. Here we go. Focus. Look at all that grease. Nasty. That's going right in ultrasonic cleaner. And now, if you guys notice, this score reel assembly does not have a PCB on it. The reason why is because this reel is, man, look at that. There's gloops right here. This reel assembly does not have any connection with point scoring or anything. This assembly I'm going to throw in the ultrasonic cleaner too. It's because the amount of grease that is on it is nasty. And I will have to take, oh man, I just scratched my head and I got grease on my head. Yes. Oh, you want a Spanish Eyes? If you're interested and you want to buy it, it's yours. I'll sell it to you first because you're a buddy. But yeah, if you want it, let me know ASAP, because this match unit is missing pieces, and if I don't get pieces to fix it, I am just gonna straight out remove it and put a bell in its place. Technically, this match unit is not needed. The only thing that it is doing right now is the coil is smacking the bell, except for all the pieces that smack the bell and make the unit advance are completely missing. So I do have a bell. Take it out again. I do have this bell that's gonna go right in its place. Okay, yeah, send me a message. What this match unit, all it really does is every time the coil fires, it dings the bell. Okay, and then the fingers spin around and randomly decide on a match light. And that's all this thing really does. So since this game is going to be on free play the rest of its life, it's never going to go on a location. It has no, what do you call it? Crap. It's got no coin max. So it's always going to be on a free play. So therefore, this match unit really is not needed. Just like on my Lucky 7, I'm not Lucky 7, my Lucky Ace, it was not needed. So this is where a bell comes into place. I just put a coil on here, and this will just ding every time you get your 10 points. It will not advance any of the match lights. Like I said, they are not needed anymore. And that's about it. So with this being gone, it's still going to do its thing. But, so let's put this bell over here. But yeah, Ryan, it's yours if you want it. It's not going to be really super expensive, because there are issues with it. And if you wanted to look at it, you feel free to stop by after work. And I'll have the cabinet out next week, and you can look over it. But the only thing I ask you to do is you pick it up after MGC. MGC, it will be available. And you can give me the money for it now if you wanted to. And it's just at MGC, you can take it home. And it will be fully shopped. As you know, that's how I do my games. And I have to take this stuff all apart, because that's a giant screw. I need to turn my camera so I can read it a little better. There. Alright, yeah. I will check it out after the stream, Ryan. So yeah, like I said, it's yours if you want to. But it is a good game. From what I remember, the playfield is in really decent shape. And if you're still there, Ryan, if you want to see that back glass, I can show you the back glass real quick too. That's right there. I want to get some tape for this. Okay, the back glass you're going to freak out on. There's the back glass. Let's set it right there and zoom out. There's a back glass. The back glass is in really awesome shape, except for a little bit right here. That's about it. You can see it right there. But otherwise, the back glass is in really good shape. And I will be triple thicking it. So like I said, it's just right here. Right there is the crap of the glass. So yeah, I will be triple thicking it. And get that out of the way, because I don't want to break that. That's like the best part of this machine. Well, part of the head. But yeah, I know you're close to me, Ryan, so I will send you my address too. And maybe during the week you can stop over and actually physically check it out. But yeah, this is one of my admissions into... Oh, and I got a broken wire too. I'm glad it broke now versus later on. That's what I like about doing these. You can break wires and you can repair them right away. There. Yeah, and if you do want it, I will replace this coil too. This coil, it works. It's smoky. So yeah, if you do end up deciding you want it, I will put a new coil in it too. Alright, let's get this off. But yeah, this one's got to get cleaned. It's just so nasty. So yeah, Ryan, I bought this game in January of 2020. That's how long I've owned this thing. Yeah, I do awesome work. Dave has seen what I have done on my machines, and he said I was crazy on how I tear down these machines so far, and what I do to them. So that's like that. So you know what we're gonna do? I'm just gonna clean all these bracket assemblies. Just because they're so nasty. Let me get more tape off. Yes, you work very, very close to my house. You are literally 10 minutes away at the most. Max 10 minutes away. Like I said, I drive past your work every day to get onto the freeway. Alright. These can just go like that. And then what? This would be your only EM you would have too, wouldn't it? I don't remember any EMs at your house. I think everything was solid state. But yeah, this is going to get the full Mark's Basement Arcade rebuild, where I touch every damn thing on it. So I don't know if this is not going to be up and running at my party. It'll be knocked down in a corner out of the way. There's no way I'm going to finish it in 2 weekends. This is going to be my my Sunday project until MGC. So yep, it'll be at MGC, and you can pick it up there and take it home at MGC. But yeah, this is my one of my tickets to get in. Right, that's there. Okay, let's get this off. Oh, I gotta get this off now. That's in my way. Yeah, I remember you saying that Mars truck now. I just gotta play that yet. I haven't played anything upstairs. I looked at them all. The reason why I haven't played anything upstairs is every time we leave Dave's house, it'd be so late, and I just figure his wife is sleeping, and I don't want to be ding-ding-ding-ding-ding-dinging up there, you know what I mean? So maybe before I get there, I should just play a game. It would make more sense. And that comes off there. But man, look at this already. My hands are just so nasty. And this will all be going in ultrasonic cleaner. I can't remember if I seen this game work or not. I think I did. I think it worked, and the score reels were stuck. And you had to do that to reset it. That's it. I did play it. It did work. It needs work. But the score reels wouldn't fully reset, and I had to manually reset them myself. This one ain't too bad, but it's still nasty. That's what it was. Okay, yeah. Check back. Nice chatting with you. Alright, this is ready to go into the degreaser. I'm going to take these two right away and just throw them in there since got the parts out. I'll throw these in there real quick. Alright, I got those going in the ultrasonic cleaner. I figured, let's just throw them in there real quick. By the time I get these other two parts out and everything else ready to go in there, those should be done. So, alright. And these come out really easy. There's this little lever. You can actually see one right here. Let's see if I can get this out of the way. This one, you just push it down and it comes out. And this one's bent a little bit. So hopefully we can tweak that back. But yeah, you just bend it down and then these slide right out. Does this lock into there? Let me see if I can get this one to lock in. No, I will have to bend that tab back. Oh great, now it's stuck in there. There we go. I'll have to bend that back. Alrighty. No broken wires on this one so far. Alright, let's take this clip off. Just as before. This one doesn't want to come off as easy. So we will, yeah. let's just pry it back off. There we go. I had it in the wrong spot. That goes in there. 3 little screws. This little screw went to market. This little screw stayed home. That one was coated in grease. And this one, it wasn't. Yep, just as nasty. We are going to clean these live. Greasy. And let's leave that on there. That clippy comes off. It's in there. Goes in there. This will lift and twist, and then it pulls out. And another nasty, super grease coated part. This pulls right off. Oh, did you also notice too, on these score stepper assemblies, the ones without the PCB have no metal part on the bottom of this gear like this one has. The reason why, because this contacts on the PCB and does things for the machine, where this one doesn't have a PCB, so it doesn't contact anything, and therefore it just doesn't do anything. But typically the first, which is the 10s, and then the last one will have contacts on it, and that's just as nasty. So we're taking this one all apart too, and we're gonna clean it. This game is nasty, but it's a good thing though, because you're gonna see how to take apart a machine that is just nasty and clean it and put it back together so it's not nasty. I like this blue painter's tape. Alright, so let's get this off of here. Okay. You know what I really need? I need glasses that are full bifocals. When I order glasses next time, I'm going to do that. I'm going to get a prescription that's just full bifocal glasses for doing all this little tedious stuff like this. And this is why I want the tape. It holds the screws on. And I use too much. But my hands are greasy, so which is good, because it's going to hold the tape down where I got grease smeared all over it easier. Alright, and then this will come off there. Oh, look at that. We got a nice little neato weird screw in there. No. That one is a hex head screw. So let's get a nut driver for that. No. Yeah, maybe. That one, maybe. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. I say that a lot, don't I? Wrong size. Wrong size. Is it the orange one? No, that seems too big. That's definitely not it. That's not it. It's the gray one, I bet. It's not the orange one. It's this gray one. No, it's none of the sizes. It's not that, so it should be the yellow. But it's not that, so what is it, metric? Or is that even, yeah, that's squared out. So, alright, what is this, like 8mm or something? Nope, 7. Yep. That's weird. Thankfully, I invested into boxes of screws just for this purpose. Alright. I'm going to go change that timer on my ultrasonic cleaner again. Alright, they're pretty clean now. There's a little bit of grease on one of them. So, which is, well, not good, but it's acceptable. Alright, that, and then this one will come off. There's a couple reasons why I use this painter's tape. One of the reasons is it removes real super easy. 2, I want to keep the screws and the leaves together. That's another thing. I want to keep them together in one assembly. Leaves like to fall apart and then all the little pieces fall off them. We know that buildings. Let's put that over there. We're going to degrease that too. And now, I know that's a lot of tape, but oh well. This last one I'm going to take a picture of. Hey, Goran, what's up? Yes, you are right. It's a Spanish eyes. That's exactly what it is. This will be at MGC. If anybody's going to MGC, the Midwest Gaming Classic, this will be there. And it might already be sold. So I want to take one picture of this reel. Yes. I just want to take a picture of how everything is since I took it all apart. No, it is the camera shot. It's probably these relays here. If you don't have the, what do you call it, these leaves adjusted good, you're not going to get the ding out of that. This one might be getting this bell instead. This stepper is missing almost all the pieces for it. It's the match unit. What it does is every time you score 10 points, this bell will ding and it will advance the stepper to change the match light on top of the head. Since this is a free play game, it has no coin max, it will never hit a bar again. Technically, you don't need the match lights anymore. So those will be going the way of the dodo bird and disappearing. Now, I have a person that just said they're interested in that, and if they want to save it, they can find me the parts and send them to me. It might be working, not working because of that. I would check the it should have a little Jones plug that it plugs into the board there. Check that out first. Make sure that that's connected correctly, and then ohm test the coil to see if that coil is good. That coil might be bad. A lot of times with them coils is I'll show you. One of these wires that come off the coil here. Yeah. Right here. One of the wires that you got the two main wires that solder onto the coil. Now on the coil there's these very little thin wires right here that go onto the lugs. Sometimes these will break off or they'll break internally in this wind and you just won't have any power to energize the coil and you won't get your good ding. I'll show you how to test them real quick. If you got a multimeter, just take your multimeter and put it on a thing that looks like an upside down horseshoe, which is ohms. Turn it on. You'll see OL, which stands for, let me get that out of the light so you can see it better. There. It says OL for open lead. Now when I touch each end, it's at 7.5, 7.6 ohms. That means it's a good coil. If it tests 0 point anything, that means it's a bad coil. These all here around 7.5 ohms. These little tiny ones right here, these are all like over 12 to 26. (21, 19, 17). So yeah, you can test that. Well, you don't spend a lot of times working on EMs. Well, you know I have a whole channel, YouTube, that's dedicated to EMs. There you go. I do have a video on ohm testing coils, how to ohm test them different ways. Because if you test them one way, they won't work. Like a lot of these, if they're in a multiple switch arrangement, they won't work if you ohm test them until you change how they're set up, and then they'll ohm test correctly. Yeah, thank you. I have a ton of EM games. I don't really have a lot of Bally. I have some Gottlieb and a lot of Williams. So that may help you. And this is greasy too. This thing is just so nasty greasy. Look at that. Just slathered in grease. Look at that. You can actually see. Let me get over here better. You can actually see the glop of grease right there. That's how somebody greased it, which is a no-no. We don't want any grease in these games. None of this has to be greased right here. None of this. There's a clip here that we're going to take off. Anything that is plastic to metal does not need to be greased. This will go in my basket to clean. There's a clip here. In my how-to videos, I have more of a detailed view on taking these apart. Any Williams machine, basically they all come apart the exact same way. Now you notice this one has the metal on it because we have a PCB. This will come off. Now we will take this screw out here. So we're going to fully clean these score reels. And like I said, this will be going to MGC so everybody can play it there. And I do potentially have a buyer for it already. And if he doesn't want it, it will be for sale at MGC. You have a Bally on beam that has 2 minor issues. That will be the other thing. Yeah. Bally Williams are pretty similar for rebuilding. I have a Captain Fantastic series on there. I did not do a lot on it, which I wish I would have did more. That was when I was first starting my channel, so I really didn't do a lot or get into depth a lot on rebuilding things, which I wish I would have further. But like I said, just watch a Williams video, and that will give you a little more insight on how it works. All right, we're going to wrap this one up now. Okay. If anybody's watching later on tonight, Dan should be on. I usually hop into Dan's show and chat with him, but I have double secret mandatory overtime at work, so I'll be going to bed before his show even starts tonight. So you won't see me. I'm usually up really late on Sundays, but like I said, I have this double secret, double platinum heavy duty overtime at my job, so I have to work tomorrow. I worked yesterday. Today's my only day off this week. Alright, that comes apart. That comes over there. Let's get this off. That will go in there too. And this sleeve comes out like butter, which was good. And now we will take these two off. Okay, I think Dan's on at 9 tonight or 9:30. Monday is Gamer Zone, which would be the show next. Tuesday is Ed's Pinball Mayhem Workbench, which sadly to say I am going to miss too. I hate missing that show. That's one of my favorites. I love what's in a box. So I will be missing that too, because I have to work earlier the next day. So I can't even watch Ed's show, but I probably will watch it afterwards on streaming. If anybody missed this show, I will be uploading it to Mark's Basement Arcade on YouTube, or you can watch it on Twitch, because it will be on the stream thing. Okay, this is all taken apart. So our next thing is we're going to go through all these and throw my ultrasonic cleaner. So I'm going to go throw this in there real quick, and then I will grab the other two parts that I cleaned, and we'll look at the difference between these dirty ones and the two clean ones that went into the ultrasonic cleaner. So let me put you on commercials, and I'll be right back.
To come out to this type of function, this type of experience, this type of gathering, Marvel phenomenon. There is only one event to attend, the Midwest Gaming Classic, where you and the games are one. Gaming Classic. It's not just child's play. when you decide to come out to this type of function, this type of experience, this type of gathering, marvel, phenomenon. There is only...
Alright. I have these back. What I have to do is I have to dry them off. Anybody ever have let's do this. Anybody ever have grease that was stuck on so bad you had to scrape it off with a razor blade? Yeah, that's what was on here. It was caked on so bad that I had to scrape it actually off. It's one of the very, very first times I've ever had to do that, which was very, very weird. But this turned out really good. Everything's totally degreased now, which is awesome. Not like those score reels. Those are just nasty right now. We will be doing my special secret method on making those things look brand new. Alright. Dirty before after. Nice and clean. This is clean. It's just stained and corroded from all the oil that was sprayed in it at one time. And this one I will have to hit with a hammer and straighten this out. It's bent a little bit for some reason. So this one I'm going to leave here. And I'll have to take that back in my workroom and beat it straight. Okay. One of these I'm missing the spring. I think I took one off and put it in the cleaner because it was loose. It's either that it's in the cleaner. If it isn't a cleaner, it's down the drain. Good thing though is I have Harbor Freight spring kit that works perfect. We're doing that. Alright, this is nice and clean. So that one's good to go. That one's got the 2 springs. This one has the 1 spring. Alright, let me get my junk together that I need. I need some naphtha. I may need some naphtha. I'm trying to figure out the best way to clean these for you guys so you can see them easy. Perfect. Let's switch the camera. I'm going to run another ball through straight flush. Now these rags here I am tossing onto the floor. The reason why is they got grease on them, and I want to be as grease free as possible doing this. Alright, we're gonna need Novus 2. We're gonna need Novus 1, and we're going to need ammonia-free glass cleaner. And so I can go junk out of my way, we will need a microfiber cloth and another microfiber cloth and several of these. I think what I'm going to start to do it right now is grab my naphtha. Let me back this out a little bit. I'm going to grab my naphtha and we're going to get these chemicals out of my way right now. We're going to use blue for the final and orange for the before final. What I need to do right now is take some of this naphtha and we're going to remove the grease that's on here first. There's all that grease that is on there from when somebody thought it was a good idea to grease the score reels because they weren't working. But I want the grease completely off for the process I'm doing. Man, I really wish I could ultrasonic clean these, but you can't. Well, you can, however, you will not have numbers on them anymore. So it's important with this process to get all the grease off. You don't want any grease on it. Now when I'm done, these reels are going to look brand spanking new. I mean, they're going to look new. Okay, you can see how far we got with that, just getting the grease off. So we'll do this one next because this is the next greasiest. I'm just going to actually wipe this grease off first, since it's so gloppy and it's kind of more fresh. Alright. That's garbage. Alright. This is naphtha. I keep it in a bottle like this with a little squeeze top. It keeps it from getting contaminated from using it. So I can just put a drop onto my towel and be done. I don't have to worry about... A lot of people take their bottle of stuff and then they'll put their rag on it and then they go like this and then like that. And then they go clean stuff off and what do again? They take the rag and shake it on there again. What you did is all that dirt you just took off, you just put into your chemical. So now you've contaminated your whole bottle of chemical with whatever dirt you were cleaning. So this is why I use the eyedropper, because it works. Alright, I do believe I got all the grease off that one. This one, I don't know what this orange is. Okay, that's staining from something. This one surprisingly has no grease on it. This must have been the last digit on the score reels because it's the cleanest. So we're going to use this as a control. We will clean this. We'll just use that one as a control of which was the cleanest. And then we will clean one of these. This is, let's see, this one's the dirtiest. Look at that, it's black in there. This will be the dirtiest, and this will be the cleanest of the batch. And then we will clean that and you will see the difference. What I'm doing right now is I'm working on a Spanish Eyes for anybody who has just joined me, a Williams Spanish Eyes. This was a game I bought in January of 2020, and I'm finally starting on it. I did see this machine work. I never really played it. I knew that it had a reset issue where, not a reset issue, you had to manually reset the score reels to 0 in order for it to start a game. So yes, I guess it's a reset issue. Alright. I'm just getting any little glops of grease off my hands. You know what I'm going to do real quick? I'm just going to run another room and check all those things. I got an ultrasonic cleaner and then restart it. Yeah, they're cleaning up good. They got a little grease on them, but they're cleaning up good. So anyways, yes, this is a Spanish Eyes. I had bought this, and we are finally shopping it. See, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take my famous blue towels that I use a lot, and we're going to use ammonia-free glass cleaner. I like starting at 0, and we are just going to go over this. I usually go around it 2 or 3 times, and we're gonna just take off the dirt. Now before you do this, look at that, before you do this, make sure that these are not like a matte finish. The hell kind of whatever it is, it's gone now. Make sure these are not a matte finish. Make sure these are shiny and really like flat with the score reels, because if they are a matte finish, the minute you get these things wet, you are going to take the paint off. So this is a method that works really super good on Williams games. Really super good. Gottlieb isn't that friendly. I recommend doing a test on it first. Just take it and, like rub a little bit like that and see if you get any paint off. Because you can destroy your score reels. But if you have a Williams game, this works great. So that's the disclaimer. So what I'm doing right now is I am just using glass cleaner. And I am going to go and wipe it down with glass cleaner. Now these, I always go this way with the things, because as you can see with these notches, I don't want to break any of them off, because if you do, you're going to be getting yourself another score reel. And get in there good. You know, clean all the cracks really good. As you can see, where you're getting it pretty clean. And if anybody is new here, just joining the chat, I am Mark from Mark's Basement Arcade. If you're interested in anything I do, that is my YouTube channel. Please check it out and subscribe, and you can find out how to do more of these types of repairs, a lot of EM. Okay, so what we did is we went around this thing with the glass cleaner. You can see how much it's clean now. Remember, this is our test one, the cleanest original one. And now this was the dirtiest one. We're going to say that was the dirtiest. Round 2. Take your Novus. I like to shake it up. Then I take it and we're going to squirt some on a corner. We're going to close the Novus up. Now what I do is I take this and I fold it into it so it gets all mushy like that. I start out at 0 again. And I am going to go around in a circle. As you can see already, this is cleaner than that. Already, this is our test one. You can already see it's cleaner. So already, where are we? Here we go. We're going to go around in a circle. I usually go around 2-3 times. And I do not recommend taking your Grand Prix, your Williams Grand Prix, and try to clean all the score reels in one sitting, because you probably will develop some nasty blisters on your hand. Okay, now you can see how that is like perfectly clean now. We got all the dirt and crud off that. And where's my thing? Now we're going to go on this inside ridge. And we are going to clean the inside ridge. This is just Novus 2, people. That's all we're using here. It's Novus 2. Like I've stated before, if this, you do a test on one of the numbers first before trying this process and see if you remove any paint. If you do, this process will not work on your score reels. You will damage them. If you have a Williams EM, this process works great. If these numbers are shiny to begin with, this process will clean them perfectly. And that looks like it's a burn right there. Like something heated up and burnt the plastic. Alright. Clean, really nice and clean. Look at that. Remember how black this thing was? Alright, we're going to go on this side too. And like I said, this I clean the same way. I go in that same circle. This way I'm going with the tabs. You need these. These are what help it ratchet through the mechanism. We are going through these. We are cleaning off all this old crud dust that's been baked in all these years. These are some of the worst score reels I've seen, just due to the high volume of grease that was slathered on. And that looks like a burn mark too in the plastic. What I mean by like burn, I'm thinking like it got superheated by something, and it, you know how like white plastic, when you like put a flame to it or superheat it, kind of like yellows a little bit, kind of turns orange and then melts. Now with these, you can just squeeze and then twist them like this to get those clean if you need to. But you can see already how we're getting clean. Now I have videos on my channel, a complete process on this. I'm doing the exact same process I do on my YouTube how-to video, which is Novus 2, well, glass cleaner, Novus 1, Novus 2 and then Novus 1. And or naphtha if you need it to get the heavy duty baked grease off of it. Alright, so as you can see, we use our naphtha to remove all the really super thick grease. There's a dirty one. Here's a clean one, and here's our control one that was the cleanest on the machine. I took off all that super thick grease with the naphtha, and then we used glass cleaner on a towel like this, and then wiped it off. And then we used Novus 2 on a microfiber towel and got to this spot right here. Now we're on to the next spot. A new clean microfiber towel. You can use each one of these on each score reel. So now we're on Novus 1. I'm going to soak a corner. Yeah, I hate when it does that. We're going to soak a corner with this. Now we're going to do the same thing. Start like at 0. Just go around in a circle. And like I've said before, you need to test your score reels first before doing this. If any paint comes off, stop and do not do this process. If these numbers are like a matte finish, or you can feel that they're thick and raised, do not do this because you will take the paint off. As you can see right now, these numbers are getting super shiny. You can actually see the reflection of my fluorescent tubes in the numbers now. Now we're going to take, I'll go around in here, do the inside edge. This is real time. This is how normally long it takes me to clean each reel. I'm not doing it any slower or any faster. This is how long it takes to get a reel looking brand new again. And you've seen how dirty this one was. Alright, that's pretty clean now. Look at that. That's killing my shoulder though. This Novus 1 is it's like an extra fine polish. So it's going to take all the last little bit of everything out of there. If you really want to, you can get in there with a toothbrush and get the last little bits in the edges here. Or what do you call it? Q-tip. You can get in there like that. You can probably get a toothpick in there too. Get in there and get that last little bit of crud out. But is that necessary? No. Does it make it look prettier? Yeah. Alright, and then like I said, we'll just go over it like this. Oh, we need one more cloth. I forgot. There's one more step. Yeah. Do we have a different colored one? We have a green one. My last final step is the buff. I go like this, and I hold it with my hand, and I do this. I just spin it around, and this is the buff. And there we go. It's hard for me to get this just right. There we go. Let's get a number that's got a lot of paint on it. There's the 8. Look at that. You can see my camera in the reflection. There we go. And that is a super clean, highly polished score reel. And you've seen how nasty dirty that was. This was the cleanest one. There's number 8. You're not getting any polish out of that right now. You're just getting no shine. There's number 8. You can see my camera. Reading 7.3, yeah. Okay. If you have no knocker, they might have your game set on free play where it's saying it's at max credits. So the knocker at max credits usually won't knock. If I recall, whoops, sorry, I kicked the camera. If I recall correctly, if you have your credit assembly is set at max credit, I don't think it will knock because it won't let that your credit union advance, which will give it that knock. So you will have to look at your credit wheel to get about that knock. And now the chime coil, if it's, you said it's reading 7.3, so that is working correctly. You're gonna have to see where that attaches through in a schematic and see if you're connected at the other end. But if you weren't watching, we just went through score reels and I showed how to get that high super polish. You can see on number 8, I can actually see my camera through it in the reflection. And this is the control one, which is one that hasn't been cleaned yet. And you can see what we did with this. So let's go to another dirty one. Okay, here's our control, and here's our clean one we just did. Let's do this one. So let's leave a dirty one next to the clean one. Well, yeah, look at that. Look how perfectly clean that is now. That is like a burn or something. It could be a grease stain where there was so much grease on there it's stained. I can't get that out. But otherwise I got this all cleaned out. It's all cleaned up. And they're like new again. Alright, so let's do this one now. Get our 3 towels over there. We got our junk things. These are all garbage. Let's throw those on let's throw them in the garbage. Set them on the floor. We will do it one more time. And the rest of them I am going to do off camera because you don't want to watch me do 4 square reels. Now we're going to take that, set it here. Soak our towel with ammonia-free glass cleaner. We will start at 0 again. Take my wet cloth and we will just go around in a circle. Now remember, do a test on yours first. See if any paint comes off. This works really good on Williams. Not so good on other machines. I had problems on Gottlieb. I couldn't do it on Gottlieb. You're just going to have to try to like clean them some other way. But these work great on Williams. Alright, so we got that all clean. Now we're going to go on the inside again. You can see we got a lot of dirt there already. We're going to go in there. With the other 2 I'll clean off camera. But I just wanted to show you the real time with 2 reels and how you can make these things look great. Like new again. The reason why I like showing this method is because I've had so many people say you're going to destroy the score reels doing this. And yes, you can. Like I said, if you have ones that are painted like Gottlieb and some Bally, you will destroy them. But these Williams, I don't know how they were. I think they were like heat pressed or whatever, printed or something like that, where they're like part of the plastic or something. But this works great on Williams for some reason. Don't know why. She swallowed a fly. Perhaps she'll die. Alright. I might have to break over there and get me a can of soda. So, if you missed any part of this episode, you can watch it again later on tvMGC tonight, or I will be uploading it to Mark's Basement Arcade on my YouTube channel. The only difference is on that, you will not be able to see the chat that went along with it versus it watching it over on Twitch again. But it will be archived forever on my YouTube channel. Alright, that's done with this. That's garbage. However, I'm going to sneak back here. Oops, let's throw another ball through this. There. That's the straight flush. Oh, thirsty. All right, we go again, part 2. I keep kicking that camera. Let's use a different corner now. Now we can use the same one. We'll use the other side. Novus 2. Big old bird poop pile of it. Fold the towel over the top of it so you can get up. Excuse me. Nice splatter like that. I like starting at number 0 because I got OCD. And it's just a good start point. If you always start at the same number, you know when you went around once or twice or thrice or quadruple. Speaking of going around, I have friends that stream on Twitch and are on YouTube. So go check out Pinball Mayhem Jeremy on Twitch. He's got a great channel. He streams pinball once in a while. Also on Twitch is Pez Johnson. Check him out. He streams awesome on Twitch. Also my buddy Ryan and Dave on TurboGrafx 7. They're also on Twitch, so check them out. Now on YouTube, Mark's Basement Arcade. That is me. If you like these how-tos and you want to see more on EMs and we're getting to solid states, check out Mark's Basement Arcade on YouTube. We're going to go on the inside here. Also, Mark's on YouTube is Pinball Mayhem, which is Ed's channel. Ed is on Tuesday nights, so check him out. Him and Jeremy. Also on YouTube is Timball Wizard. He's one of my buddies, and he shops games on the side, and then what he does is once in a while he'll upload a quick game video showing how the game is working now and how it looks with LEDs and cleaning and stuff like that. And then my buddy Pinball Shenanigans, Mike Dimas, check him out too. If you're into one crazy dude that just doesn't follow instructions, or takes instructions and puts them on a table and decides to ignore them, put the machine together, realize something isn't right, and then has to go back and read the instructions, that's a shenanigander right there. So check out Pinball Shenanigans. Mike Dimas, he's one of my buddies. Check him out too. And do I have any other things? Nope. I don't see any other things written on my list. But check out tvMGC, the Midwest Gaming Classic. It's the biggest show of its kind. They are November 5th through 7th this year. If you want to see this game, come to MGC and you will see it if you want to play it. Also, my Lucky Ace, which is right over there, you can see me in the little screen pointing to it. Check that one out. That one will be there too. That will be for sale. The Spanish Eyes might be for sale. I don't know. It might not. Ryan over at TurboGrafx-7 just said he was interested in it. So, yes, check that out. But anyways, Midwest Gaming Classic is not just pinball machines. It's everything to do with gaming. If you're into card games like Magic or D&D, stuff like that, you will like the Midwest Gaming Classics. If you're into arcade games like Joust or Defender or something like that, check out the Midwest Gaming Classic. They'll probably be there. They got tournaments there. All sorts of really cool stuff. Alright, we got our Novus 2 done on that. If you're into cosplay, check out the Midwest Gaming Classic. Because last time I was there was a bunch of people in their cosplay outfits walking around, doing their thing, being who they are. So, they have a museum there. If you're into console games like old Atari or ColecoVision or Commodore 64 or whatever, they have that there too. That will all be set up and playing. So there will be vendors there. Swap meet. If you're into something and you're looking for parts or a project game, you may find them there. The Garcade in Menominee Falls, Wisconsin will be there. Gar is a great guy, so you will check out him there. He'll be representing his arcade, which is in Menominee Falls. And it costs $15 to go there and play all day long. I recommend is getting there right when they open. You get a wristband on your arm, and then playing as long as you can, and then you can leave, go eat or something, and then you can come back later later on in the day and play as long as you've got your wristband attached to your hand, arm, wrist. If your neck is small enough, I guess you could put it around your neck, but that'd be like a bird or something like that. You'd have to have a neck like. But anyway, so yeah, I highly recommend that too. So he will be there, and there'll be food there too. I don't know what food will be there. Last time there was what do you call it? Jersey Mike's was there. I think Gilly's Custard was there. I can't remember. But there'll be food there. It's at the Wisconsin Center in downtown Milwaukee. So whatever food they have will probably be there too. Hot dogs and stuff like that. Beer, pizza, whatever. Whatever they sell in the concessions. I'm just using my Q-tip to clean this area a little better. It doesn't need to be cleaned, but it's not going to hurt. And look how clean that baby is. Now we're going to buffer. Take my green cloth, and we're going to buff it now. What I do is I hold it like this, and then I hold this like this, and I put it inside like that, and I kind of hold with my fingers like this, and I just spin it around. I put firm pressure on it, but not too firm, because you don't want to have it so tight you're going to crush it. I should have wiped the insides of it first, because now what I just buffed, I'm getting dirty with my hands, my paws. Hear about the three-legged dog that walked into the bar? Three-legged dog goes in a bar, walks up to the bartender, and says, "I'm looking for the man who shot my paw." Yes, I did say that joke. So anyways, yes, let's get this clean first, and then we'll buff the outside. Alright, back to the buff on the outside. The buff. We're gonna buff this tonight. And the last turn. And there you go. Look at that. Again. You can see the reflection on my camera in the 8. Clean. Original. Untouched. Dirty. Which one do you want on your pinball machine? Think about it. This one looks brand new again. Like new old stock, brand new out of the box. We got 2 that are completely done. Let's get the numbers together. 4. Brand new. Well, as new as you're going to get. Those are clean, perfectly clean, ready to put back in. Have your machine look all pretty again. So I'm going to go grab that stuff out of the thing, and we're going to see how clean those got. Alright, here's all the pieces that went into the ultrasonic cleaner. And I kicked the camera again. You can see these are all real nice and clean. I will still go over them with a toothbrush to get the rest of it clean, but look at that. Those are clean, 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 clean. You remember these were black before when I took them off? Well, this one still kind of is. But this is really stained. This had a lot of grease on it. But yes, these are all perfectly good again. I'll just clean them off in a sink, and then we'll put them in the machine. Not right now though. Let me get them back in the cleaner. I'll do one more batch. Okay, I just decided to run them through one more cycle, but I want to look on this to make sure I have that one spring. I believe I took it off. Plus I don't need this on there anymore. Yes, and there goes the spring. Right there. So yeah, that's it. Okay, we got that. Like I said, the rest of these score reels I will be cleaning later on by myself, because you guys don't need to see me clean 2 again. But yeah, I'll show you them again. 7, 8, 8. go. Which is a clean one? Here we go. Look at that. That one is the original dirty one. You can see the 8. I like using the 8 just because there's more paint on it. And then there's my clean one. Highly polished. So this is a nice new clean one. Oh, there you go. You can see the reflection of the fluorescent lights. And then this one. Yeah, you can see them, but they're not defined like this one. There you go. There you go. You can see how defined they are. But yeah, that's how you clean square wheels. I'm gonna put these up over here out of the way, next to the microphone. That's why it's so loud. And then yeah, Ryan, I'll get back to you on the Spanish eyes. Like I said, I'm gonna get it set up. Hopefully by next weekend, because what do you call it? Straight flush is gonna go. Let's get that out of the way. Straight flush is gonna go next Saturday. This will be gone, and then this will be set up in its place. So as of right now, I do not think I will be on next week due to my double secret mandatory quadruple platinum edition overtime that I'm at work. So I doubt I will be here next week Saturday. I will let people know for sure if I'm going to be here or not, and hopefully somebody will pop in and do a show. This should be going on a little further. I only got a couple hours a day to work on it at the max. Usually it's going to be about an hour to work on this. I'm going to spend a little time on it later on. Working on it before I go to bed. I still have to populate the playfield. I have to put in new displays and flipper buttons and then test it. But that's a whole other thing, and that will be videos coming on this fall. Let me turn off the light so you can see straight flush a little better. Yeah, like you can see it better. You can't really see it better. Oh, okay. Anybody got any questions for me or anything like that? I'll do what I can do to help answer anybody. We're ending it a little earlier because there's nothing else I can really do. I can tweak this little switch here. That'd be about it, really. Get that bent a little bit better so the mech locks in. Which one was it? Oh, it was this one. So I adjusted the wrong one. Not much I can do to that. Where's the thing? Why is that so tight? Is that bent or something? It goes in there. Damn, is that tight? I might have to file that. Take out this bracket and find out why. Just nothing wants to fit in there. That is weird. All the other ones it fits in real good, except for this hole. That's all loose too. So I might take this bracket off and give that a file. I can't figure out why it doesn't look bent or anything. But maybe there is a slight bend on it or something. Why this doesn't want to slide into its home really nice. Why it's being stubborn. But yeah, we'll look at that later on and I'll figure it out. I'll probably have to Dremel it a little bit or something. But I remember this one was bent. And this is where it went into its home. So yeah. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there you go. You can see it's all bent right there. So I don't know if that plate is bent or anything, but I'll take that out and give it a once over and go through it. But otherwise, everything on this looks good. Switches are not adjusted the way I like them. I'm surprised they dinged at all. Credit wheel, I think worked. Yeah, maybe not. Oh yeah. That works beautiful. No. It's a little gummy. But otherwise it works almost 100%. This thing had a lot of credits on it. Okay, that's probably why it had a lot of credits on it. Man, they had that thing wound up. Oh yeah, they took it all apart. It's missing one of the posts on it. But like I said, it's going to be a free play anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. My hands are dirty again. So yep, that's it for this edition of Spanish Eyes. And I guess that's about it. And that's how an EM should reset, people. That one is high tapped, so if you did notice, when it gets into those top rollovers, you get a lot of score reel noise. Like right now. Nope. Let's just let it go down. Sometimes you get like a when it goes through because it hangs so long in a switch. Yeah, we got a pop up. But yeah, a lot of times when if it goes through these rollovers real slow or it pops back up through them slow, you get a buzzing from the score reels, and that's because it's been high tapped. High tapped means is on a transformer back in the days, you'd have like arcades or bars, usually bars where these things were. And a lot of times these bars were really old buildings, and they didn't have the best electricity going through them because electricity was new back in the day, and they had basic lines that ran to a lot of buildings, and they weren't enough power for what the building drew. So you wouldn't get enough juice coming to these machines, and the coils wouldn't fire good enough, and there might be little issues. So on a transformer, they had a tap on it that sent more voltage to the machine. So, and that technically on a stable environment would make all the coils run really super hard, which is more power to them. Like instead of running at 100%, these things were running at more like 110 or 115% of their power. So this machine was high tapped. I have no idea why, but I'm leaving it that way because it's not my machine. If I was selling the machine, I would take it off high tap and put it back on regular. But so all the coils and everything fire real super hard on here, which gives it really super good action. However, you can burn up your coils quicker if you got a stuck switch or something like that. So that's why I kind of advise away from high tapping. It's not needed. It makes your machine play harder and play faster. It's like you get super pops out of the pop bumpers, out of the slingshots. You get really fast, smacking out of them. But otherwise, it makes the game louder. Like with the square rails, you get the I wonder if I can get one to do it. Yeah, come on. If you roll over a switch slow enough, you'll get that buzz out of it, and that's really super loud with a high tap machine. But otherwise, yeah, it plays real super hard then. I did a Honey. If you look on my Mark's Basement Arcade, Honey was high tapped, and boy, I started 2 coils on fire on that machine real quick, doing a test on it. But that thing was like a rocket ship. The pop bumpers and everything were crazy on it. But anyways, that's enough talk for that. I'm thirsty. Got my Coke Zero. Anyways, that's about it. Everybody, thank you for tuning in and watching. Dan will be on tonight at, I think, 9 o'clock. But, like I said, I do not think I will be here next week Sunday due to double mandatory secret ultra probationary Platinum edition, gold edition overtime. So I'm going to be working a lot. But the week after I'll be on, and then a week after that I'll be on, and a week after that. So it's like every 3 weeks, I think, to the end of the year, I'm not going to be on Sundays. So yeah, I think it's every 3rd week I won't be on, because I'll probably be working. If I'm not working, I'll be here with you guys, and I'll be at home, obviously not working. I'll be in the basement. And then this one will be gone, I think, on the 14th of August, 15th. That one will be gone next weekend, so you'll never see this one again. This one's going bye-bye. It's all finished. I just got to clean up the coin tray area, and that's about it. But anyways, later on, everybody. And I won't be back next Sunday at 2. I'll be back in a week or 2, and I'll have more pinball ideas for you. And you'll have things you want to talk about, and I will too. Anyways, later, everybody. Thanks for watching.